is the Eureka Springs Parks and Recreation Commission monthly meeting. It's November 17th, 2020, 6 o'clock p.m. We're in the auditorium. May I have roll call, please, Dave?
Sure. Scott Barton.
Here.
Dave Hartman is here. Scott Miskell, Interim Director.
Here.
Ruth Hager.
Here.
Kevin Ruley.
Here.
Carmen Burton.
Here.
Sam Dudley.
Here.
And Christian is on the phone. Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
We need to remove item 3, shuttle RFP. I spoke with Tim about an hour ago, and he recommended removing it from the agenda. He is going to set up a meeting with Destin Slaughter's attorney, so there is no discussion to have.
Okay. Everybody okay with that? Understand that? My agenda, oh, there it is. Okay. Anything else? A motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I'll make the motion.
Scott?
Yes.
I'll second.
Is Kevin second? Any discussion? All in favor? Say aye.
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 Motion passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did we hear Christian too?
Christian as well.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Is that 6? 6-0? Okay. Public comments come after approval of the agenda. I forgot about that. Public comments. Okay, yes, please step to the microphone. Can't see who that is.
Can you hear me okay? Okay. I've been waiting a long time to say this.
Could you say your name and?
Yes, my name is Jeff Montgomery. I started working with the Parks and Recreation on March the 16th at 8 a.m. At 10 a.m. that morning, everybody was let go due to the coronavirus. Scott and I were the only ones that were left, and a few weeks later, I was the only one left. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can read this. Let me get my glasses. I'm looking forward to shedding light on a few things tonight and setting things straight so that we can move forward. When I was hired, one thing I said when I was being interviewed was that I was the type of guy that was going to grab the bull by the horns and ride it to daylight. I'm black and white. There will be no gray area when things need to be brought to light and corrected. If there are any issues, I will let you know about it tonight in this public setting, and there are other issues that I'll be glad to discuss beyond this meeting that are of the utmost importance. I didn't want to discuss them in the public tonight, but they're very important. If you ask anyone that works with me, everyone will tell you one thing. I'm the type of person that gets things done. I always look forward to making the future better. I have a passion for blending nature with projects that enhance the enjoyment and appreciation of a particular natural outdoor setting. I started working with Eureka Springs Park and Recreation March 16th at 8 a.m., and at 10 a.m. I was let go, as I told you earlier. My starting pay was $11.25 an hour. It was hard for me to get by, and even harder driving daily from Springdale, spending $300 to $400 monthly on gas. It was not easy, and it was not possible to make ends meet. At that time, I was told that I could stay in one of the cabins, an 8x12 hiking cabin, when it was not rented if I cleaned it before guests arrived when it was rented. That did help. Eventually, about 2 weeks ago, I started staying in basically a storage building, which is the old visitor center. I put a mattress in there. I have a weed eater, tools, everything that's needed to work on. It's just basically a storage building with a refrigerator and a mattress. I just wrote a lot of this up today, so bear with me. I'm going to get to it. It's not even on a computer. I want to say first and foremost how much passion I have for working in this job, doing something I believe in 110%. For the past 30 years, I have worked doing volunteer projects with the Ozark Society, the Ozark Highlands Trail Association, the Beaver Watershed Alliance, the Illinois River Watershed, the Northwest Arkansas Land Trust, Arkansas Game and Fish, Arkansas State Parks, the City of Springdale, Rogers, Fayetteville, Parks and Recreation. When visitors ask about our area, I tell them the unique history of Lake Leatherwood and how it was built by the CCC by hand-cut stone right here in this Ozark Valley. I tell them when they're at Basin Park to look at all the way up to the top of Basin Park Hotel and imagine in the late 1800s those massive stones being stacked by hand 90 feet high. Lake Leatherwood and the CCC structures were built with blood, sweat, and tears. It is a gift to our community and for visitors from all over the world. It is up to us to simply maintain it now. We need to step up to the plate and make sure this treasure is preserved and protected for generations to come. Starting from day one, myself and Scott were the only working employees. And like I said earlier, just a few weeks later, I was the only one left. I worked at Basin Park. I worked at Black Bass Lake, emptied the dog poop bags, the trash bags. I watered the plants, even though I was accused I didn't. And I'm going to dispute that, and I already have. I did my job. And I did it with respect and dignity. And people watched me do it. They saw me do it. I was up there early in the morning at 5:36 in the morning, and I was accused by this man, Scott Miskell, for not doing my job. And I'm calling you out right now, Scott. You verbally abused me. You called me stupid. Okay? There was a time at Basin Park when something was broken, and I went to go get a tool to fix it. You know what that man said to me? You come back here, don't you walk away from me. I almost walked off from that job that day. I do not respect that. And I had a discussion with Scott about this. You know what I told him? In the South, we respect people. When I give you an opportunity to do something and I do it, you better work damn as hard as I do. And if you don't, I don't respect you. There are several other things he's accused me of.
Jeff, I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to be fair to the rules.
Right.
It's been over 3 minutes, and this is obviously something that needs to be dealt with and needs to be
Right.
discussed. I agree. But can we
I'll go back to the agenda.
save this for another time?
Can I give you, just go back to the goals basically at Lake Leatherwood now?
I'm sorry, to the what?
Can I talk about Lake Leatherwood? I can be done in about 3 minutes.
Is there anyone else that needs to do public comments today that would like to step in? So this would be a second public comment of 3 minutes, but I don't think that's precedent. I don't think that we've ever done that before.
I think it's very important if you.
I know it is, and I agree with you, Jeff, but I think
Okay.
that again, I let you do it, and then I have to worry about breaking the rules and other people asking
Okay.
why I've done that, so.
Well, I would,
Let's let you finish for now, and then
Okay.
afterwards we can talk about how to do it again, okay?
okay, I appreciate you letting me talk.
No, I
do-
appreciate you telling us. That was good to know. Thank you.
I do have some very important things I would like to tell
Okay,
you.
and I don't want to
Okay?
miss those, so let's talk about this later, okay?
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff. Any other public comments? Okay. Let's move on to chairman's comments. I don't have any long comments other than thank you all for all the extra work you've been doing lately. I noticed Trails Committee, Kevin's been doing stuff, the Finance Committee, everybody. Scott Miskell's been working like crazy. This commission getting back to work is nice, and I appreciate it, and especially since I have not been working as much lately, but I'm ready, so. That's all I have to say, unless someone has a question of me. I'll turn it over to Scott, our interim director.
Thank you. Well, the past month, we, of course, have started the Christmas decorations and are nearly complete. So that's good to see that we should be done well ahead of schedule. Would say that the light at Basin Park that was broken actually last year when we were decorating, we finally have, the manufacturer has told us we should have that to replace in about 6 weeks. So it's just a strange thing where it actually literally had to be manufactured. So it took a while to even determine what templates they were to use. We've also just had approved to spend $10,000 on picnic tables and mostly picnic tables, but possibly some trash bins, et cetera, for the ones that are just in very bad shape, mostly out at Lake Leatherwood City Park, but 1 or 2 at Black Bass as well. Very excited to report that the letter of intent for 2 grants for Basin Park for the Stonework have been submitted. Glenna at City Hall was kind enough to do that, and the grants will be written and due out in the spring of next year. So with some luck, we will be able to get the stonework done at Basin Park. Also, I've been working on the year-end reports, actually have completed at this point both the condition and trend of assets and the proposed work list for next year. And from here on, we go to working on the budget. In December and January, we will hope to do a lot of work on the dog park, trying to deal with some curb and gutter to fix the drainage issues that we have there. We'll do some repairs to the bird blind out at the Lake Leatherwood City Park, and also some of the bridges that are deteriorating. We have asked for, I don't think we've gotten the approval yet, but we'd like to spend some money doing the much-needed repairs, renovations of the cabins there. Wintertime's a good time to do that. Also working on a vendor program, both for possible issues with the shuttle, as well as a couple of other events for next year that look very, very promising, but we need a vendor program in place, so I'm working on drafting that, as well as policies and procedures for various things. Then finally, I would like to point out that based on a comment at our last meeting from the public, we did start investigating policies and procedures for construction and maintenance of our trails, roads, and our grounds. These are assets that really need to be maintained so that they're safe, so that they have as little impact as possible on the environment and water quality, and are aesthetically pleasing. So I did prepare a job description for a grounds and natural resources manager position that I would like the commission to consider. There's a lot of reasons for doing so. Finally, we did decide to, as we have in past years, to go ahead and close the bait shop at the Monday following Thanksgiving. And then it'll reopen again in the spring, usually around the middle of March. It was something I had wanted to get a plan in place to try to keep that open year-round, and I'll explore that next year. And that might include, for instance, having a place where